Okay, the fat and sassies. I like that one. Melissa and I, my wife, we had when we were in grad school, we were poor, struggling, ramen eating young people. We had a bearded dragon that we couldn't really afford, but when we could afford to get it with crickets, we usually feed him lettuce. He's like a lizard. He's about this big. His name was Spike. And when we were able to get him crickets, crickets were harder to find in our college town than you'd think. We would always call him Fat and Sassy. He'd be so happy that he had crickets for dinner. So you made me think of that. Thank you very much, Mackenzie, Maddie, Frank, Jenna, and Ryan. What a fun group this had to have been. Your enthusiasm for my class, or for large swaths of my class, have been evident. I mean, geez, since August. I mean, since early in the school year, and I knew when I saw those names all under one team name that it was going to be. I didn't know how successful it was going to be honest. I never know. I've gotten out of the prediction and expectation game when it comes to collaborative assignments, but I knew that you guys would have fun, and it's clear that you did, and that's, who's to say that can't be a component of assessment as well, right? The video itself was very effective in most regards, and I definitely enjoyed watching. I watched it twice now, so I really think that the layout of it is it really had it went a lot of different places. You went in several different directions in terms of delivery of content. You didn't just do interviews. You didn't just do reading text. You didn't just do imagery. You kind of mixed and matched throughout. And if that's not multimodal, then maybe I don't know what is. It was a real clear expression of the key components of understanding what multimodal composition is and what it looks like. And so I was very happy to see that expression of it. I was particularly, I liked the interviews themselves. I thought they captured something about where we are in terms of like generational divide. Not knowing who presidents are is sort of a shortcut, but I mean, if you think about like which Jimmy has it on late night, Jimmy Kimmel does those man on the street things where he just makes up facts and people believe them. So I think you're hitting a nerve that was unfortunately relevant in 2018. There's a nice component to that. You guys are all very easy in front of the camera, and so I think that made your interview subjects come alive a bit more, or at least be more themselves, which is great. I really liked how sharp your examples were, especially with the social media sort of connecting to advocacy, connecting to activism. That was very, very fascinating stuff, especially the example related to the Women's March. I thought that was a real clear, workable example. I mean, I look at this list of names and, nobody's going to call any of you dull. You know what I mean? You're all quite sharp students, so I'm not surprised to see those elements in place, but I'm very happy that they're there. It's clear you put a lot of time and effort into making something that you'd be proud of, and as a result, I'm very proud of it as well. One suggestion I guess I would make would be that having names and like a little slightly more like an organizing principle, I guess, involved early on, some sort of element of organization. Here's who we are. Here's what our subject is. Here's how we are going to go about presenting that subject. I feel like you just kind of jumped right in. There's a short little spoken introduction. I feel like that could have been pumped up just a little bit more. But when you create a video that's so long, making suggestions for expansion, they tend to be tough, especially since, like I said, you didn't just record yourselves talking for 11 minutes and call it a CMP. You really you stitched together lots of different components of the assignment in a way that I thought was very effective. And the music video is a plus as well. I'm sorry, Ryan, I know you work so much, man. Sorry you couldn't have been there for it too. And Frank, it's good to know that you're a goof outside of the classroom as well. So once again, you guys have been just a real pleasure to work with all semester long. I'm looking at this list of names, and this is the last time we have interaction, last time I hear from all of you, I'm going to be bummed. We all live in the same zip code. You ever want a cup of coffee? You ever want someone to look over something that you're writing? Any sort of college advice? If I don't know the answer to college advice, I can find you someone who does. It's been my only job my entire adult life, and if I'm not good at it by now, I'm probably never going to be. Speaking of good at it, in light of all the assignment guidelines, I feel like you guys fall here in A- territory. So that's it's a very good grade. I hope you're very proud of that grade. Lord knows I'm very proud of it. So thanks again for putting so much of yourselves. Sometimes these assignments can be and not for poor reasons, but they can be devoid of personality. They can be very serious as their subject matter dictates. And I really felt all of your personalities come through in this assignment. And so that suggests to me a level of care and of polish that I wish I got a lot more often, but when I do get it, I'm very grateful for it. So thank you guys. You rock. Oh yeah, you want to see? I keep memes in my office. Like this one here. Yeah, that is not me. I do not like PowerPoint projector. So we got another one up here that another group that created memes did. So there are those. Oh, I'm not going to fix this. Okay, there you go. Editing and action. All right. Thanks again and take care.